everybody to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. James is here. We gonna give him some time though.
Give me 1 second.
I do want everybody to please take a look at the description. The link that is in the description of this video, there is a link to James's channel. I encourage you guys to subscribe. There's also some links to some other Black creators as well. I have also that's my man. And then I also have Too Hungry, Shayna_MCD, couple of Black creators I encourage everybody to support. But let's get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's get into it. Let me get the comments though before we do. Welcome back, James. You good? You alive?
Yeah, I missed my chair.
I'm sorry. It happens.
No, not my knee hurt.
I hope you have medication or ice, but I'm not gonna go into my clinical mode on this. I'll text you.
Yeah.
Hello, Shandy. Thank you for being here again. You are definitely the first. I appreciate y'all. We went over on Salt Lake City. I encourage everybody to check out the Watch Your Mouth Reviews collabs playlist that we have on this channel so that you guys can catch up on what we was talking about. We have fun. The show that I did. You didn't finish Salt Lake City? I thought you did. You seem to have been hip to what was going on. Probably caught most of it. Louise from Twitch. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. I love y'all. Love your stream. Super fun to watch. I'd be hyped to support you as a loyal fan. You're gonna blow up for sure, and I'd love to help you get more followers and views. Lovely. You're a bot. But thank you for the compliment. Let's get into I take compliments from everywhere. If you real fake AI, I don't care. I like a compliment. Who don't like to be complimented? But on a serious note, shout out to everybody on Twitch because I do get a lot of support from you guys. And I promise to put more gaming content. I've been slacking on that. So I will. Hi, Kiwan. Welcome in.
I need to learn how to get into that.
Twitch?
Just gaming in general. And yeah, Twitch as well. Gaming, all of that. Not StreamYard. What's the one? Patreon. I need to get my Patreon going. I need to get all that shit going.
I'm about to see you soon. I'm going to bring my laptop.
Yes, bring your laptop, friend, so we can get this shit going.
And I have my cybersecurity studying tech savvy husband with me, who's also my IT in the background, y'all. So
yes, I gotta remember to move my desk into my room so that way your guest quarters, which I'm currently in.
No, you can leave it there. We just gonna sleep. You know how I am. I like to have fun, be outside. I'm just sleep.
I'm gonna still be on crutches when your ass get here. So
I know.
Don't be
sleep. Don't worry. That's all I need. But you guys, let's get into this episode. It was titled "Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game." Season 13, episode 14, second to last episode of the season. It was some bullshit. I was annoyed. I don't care if I'm not 5 minutes into the stream. YouTube can kiss my black ass. I did not like this episode at all. There was a lot of sensitive stuff I didn't like that they touched on. And then there was also a lot of shenanigans that were just crazy. But let's get into it. The episode pretty much starts with the women in a van. They are calling Sierra to confirm the rumor about 24 hours cheating on his wife, Miss Selma Slim. And Sierra tells them to call her husband, Zay. If my husband starts a rumor about James's husband, right? If my husband starts a rumor about somebody's spouse or, sleeping, cheating, any of that, I am not then. And I'm telling people of it. And I have presented my spouse on camera to put this rumor out there because nobody cares about my spouse. The spouse is relevant because of Sierra. UK didn't just say, call Zay. Now I'm looking at Sierra like, okay, y'all just trying to find a way to incorporate Zay into this show more. And I don't like it. It didn't feel very genuine to me. To me, Zay is trash. At first, I was like, okay, maybe he was in the remedial class in school. Maybe he was part of the special learners, and that's okay. Some people had to do it because something was wrong with Zay. But the way he handled her miscarriage, I did not like that. That you need to get your shit together or I'm going to leave you. is giving the money slowed down and he was gonna leave if you didn't get up to keep making it. That's what it's giving. So I don't think he or his brother are shit. Zay and his brother ain't shit. That's just my opinion. Carly and Spice's dumbass call the brother. Yeah, Carly Red. I expect this from Carly Red. I want everybody to understand that. I absolutely expect this from Carly Red. Spice, I also expect this from. But the brother acted like he sleep. He like this in the camera. And I'm like, Negro, you ain't sleep. Who just sleeps like that next to somebody unless he was off the lane? But they talking about wake him up, wake him up. And Carly was cracking me up. Hey, excuse me. You. Yeah. Did you sleep with her?
I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that at all. Because why? First of all,
Cooley did. Thank you, Kiwan. Because I agree with this. Sierra, Zay, and the brother are trifling.
But so is Carly Red and Spice.
Yes, but as a woman and as a wife, like to go and attack that, just unacceptable. But then Cooley, I also feel like he wants a TV moment as well with his brother. And something tells me this isn't Zay's like actual blood brother, just somebody he close to. But Cooley does confirm that he's fucking on Selma. And my thing is why? So you telling the world you fucking on a married woman. You already was in a scene when you first told us about it in the studio, making it very clear you don't care about this married woman. You just checking something off in your list. Like, well, there's no care. It's not like they've had love or a relationship. So I'm like, what does he get out of exposing sleeping with this married woman? Not to say Selma ain't fucked up for doing it, but I'm like, what do you get out of it? But how'd you feel about all of it, Sierra?
Oh, sorry. Here's my thing. I'm starting to believe it's not true. I'm starting to believe that he lying on his thing. And the only reason I believe that maybe she entertained a conversation or two, I'm not saying she's innocent, but the fact that we're putting so much premise, it's giving like it's not true. And y'all are trying to get a rise out of these people. Because maybe she did, maybe she was, in the studio. Maybe something did go late and he was feeding her all kind of, little isms that y'all ladies like to fall for that tickle you. Maybe it was some of that. That's what I'm getting from the situation because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know that man can't be that disrespectful. Like, I know that can't be that bad. So
came across as like teenage boys when they talked about it, like, and I mean like young, ignorant, like YNs, like barely out of middle school. That's how they came across speaking about it. And like men that's really getting it ain't gonna act like that.
No.
The poorest of men wouldn't do that. Because think of Stevie J. When we ever seen Stevie J? I'm just clapping this person's cheeks. Like, who speaks this way? But it is what it is. Kiwan said, I'm with you. Cooley is a fuck boy, and I agree. Selma may have entertained him. She may have. She gives that. She gives that because her and 24, and we're going to get into that later. They've been together for a very long time. They're not the oldest people out there. So when they say they've been together, they've been married for 9 years, together for like 12, 15 years or something like that. And these people ain't even 30 yet. That's their adult life. So I don't put it past her that she would cheat. Maybe she got curious. Maybe she wanted to know what was out there. She also gives me somebody who may not have had confidence until she found her husband. She just, something with her is off. But getting back to these two, 24 hours is going crazy back at the hotel and all of that. Because he found out Mama D, the way that Mama D outed it was just with no tact. It was ridiculous. So 24 hours is upset, and he was trying to explain to Scrappy and Zane because they was following him to the room. He was like, leave me alone. And I like people like this, but I hate when people know their anger and explain their limitations and their boundary to people, and then it's ignored. So shame on production, shame on Scrappy, shame on Zane, because that man made it very clear. I'm going to hear y'all out, but not right now. I know myself and I'm not calm. But they insisted on talking to him. And he looked at Scrappy and Zane and was like, how long have you been married? And Zane is like, yeah, but we've been together this long. But 24 was like, but how long you been married? And then Scrappy's talking to him. And Scrappy's like, I get it. And 24 is like, no, you do not. They've been married and together consistently for 9 years. And outside of that, they were together consistently for another 2 to 5 years. So I do understand where 24 is coming from. I've been with my spouse consistently since 2009. So I do get a little bit annoyed if people get involved in my relationship. However, it doesn't really happen that often because people can only get involved in your business if you put them in a predicament where they can. So I feel like 24 hours needs to take some accountability. What did you expect coming on reality television? What did you expect? You knew that something was going to come out. They was going to dig for it. They had to, because they're bringing new people on the show to keep the show relevant. So of course they're going to pull that out there. So before we get to 24, because I know James has opinions on 24 and I do also. And this was a kind of a harder show as a YouTuber to recap, just because we kept going back and forth. It was like playing ping pong in the same scene. So I'm doing the best I can. So feel free to let me know if I could do something better. But Carly called Selma slim, and Carly Red ain't shit. I get that you messy, but at least have some type of respect to act like you care. Carly Red gonna tell Selma Slim to get back because 24 hours is going crazy. When Selma asks why, she talk about he got a low blood pressure and he's just going crazy.
Just ignorant.
Now, regardless if this woman cheat or not, just because people cheat, believe it or not, does not mean that they may not have care for the person. They may have some sort of fucked up, deluded, toxic care, but doesn't mean they don't care. So Selma's like, oh my God. And we could tell from 24 hours just how he breathed and speak. He got some health issues. At least if you in the medical field, you can kind of tell just looking at him. But Selma's like, my babe, that's my husband. He got medical problems. So, I'm worried. I go in the wife mode. I'm trying to get there. And I'm like, Carly, why did you tell this woman that an angry man has a low BP? If you are really that bad, if anything, your BP gonna go up, not down. Stick to opening restaurants and being messy, Carly. That's what I'm gonna say there. But Selma panics and she rushes back to the room. So before I go further, what are your thoughts on Carly Red telling Selma that her husband had a low blood pressure and to hurry back?
I want to know how she would know that. That's my first thing. That's my first thought. How would you know that? So,
the pressure cuff.
Yes. Puerto Rico. Right. And then secondly, this all started because you had to get confirmation. So you play a part in this too. As soon as Mama D opened her mouth about it, you could have easily turned around and said, nope, not getting in it. That ain't none of my business. I'm on vacation. I ain't got time for y'all today. As soon as Sierra told you, you could have said, nope, I ain't got time for it. That ain't my business. But no, you that messy old ass lady that isn't everybody's business and get mad when you get left out of shit, that you want to make sure that one, you there for the mess, you have a solution for the mess, and then you want to see how the mess is going to disintegrate. You messy old lady, you too old for this shit. Retire.
No, retire. You messy old lady, you. When that's all you can say. We've been calling her Carly Red old since me and James was
in high school.
Okay.
Yes.
We are fully into middle-aged adulthood. There's no
right. I am 35 years old. I am 35 years old. This lady got to be 60 by now. That's all I'm gonna say. And still doing this shit.
I just could not. There were, and Mama D too. Mama D and Carly Red are one of the same. I'm not surprised that the two are close because Mama D, I was cracking up. We're not going to talk too much about the scene later on, but Mama D talking to Scrappy's girlfriend. I cannot, if the palace and they want to be in shambles, I cannot do the best. After you just stood, sank everybody's ship, threw all the mess out there. Now you talk about you can't do it. Mama D, I will never take Mama D serious. And you know what, Shani, you are probably, welcome back. Ice-T sound good, girl. Welcome back. Shani said they the same age. They probably are. They probably are, as quiet as it's kept. They probably are soul sisters.
She around the same age as Mimi because they used to run in LA together. So, and Mimi is at least late 50s. So,
Yep.
Yeah, she's around that age.
A mess, y'all. Now, Scrappy is still trying to talk to 24 hours, and Zane is standing on the side looking like so fearful. Like, I was laughing at Zane the whole episode because I saw online that somebody said that Zane is like Carly Red in boy form and vertically challenged. And I could not unsee it because it is the absolute truth. Zane looked like a kid that got caught for skipping class that hasn't really been caught, but his good friend's been caught and his parent ain't been called yet. Because I'm looking like, what is the energy right now, Zane? So, Scrappy says in 24 hours that he would have wanted to know if his wife was cheating on him, if a rumor was going on like that. He would want the source to come straight to him and tell him. And 24 points out that his friends ain't told him nothing. And this is where Zane finally says something, and Scrappy's interrupting because, well, number one, 24 is trying to go to the room. Zane tries to interrupt and, it's like, listen, I wanted to tell you this and that. And before anything could be figured out between Zane and 24, Scrappy jumps in, and Scrappy says that, what you mean? So you trying to say my marriage don't count? I'm like, Scrappy, your marriage never counted, bro. I'm sorry. The only way that your marriage counted is by preventing Bambi from being a baby mama and allowing her to say that she had an ex. You got with her in sin and cheating and shit. It ended with sin and cheating and shit. And it seemed like she just had the babies because we have to remember Bambi is older and probably wanted to get it out the way and figured the safest way to do it was at least with a husband. But Bambi and Scrappy's marriage is a joke. Most of the marriages on this show are a joke. Rashida and Kirk, Bambi and Scrappy, Yandy and Mendice's fake union, you name it. Most of them are a joke. I don't even take Erica Banks and her new girlfriend seriously. I think Erica Banks has just discovered the power of the tongue, if y'all get what I'm trying to say. But another conversation. that's another conversation. But Scrappy says this because I guess Scrappy, and I was like, wait, at first I thought Scrappy was trying to get through to 24, but then Scrappy kind of seemed offended that 24 hours made the statement that like his marriage don't count. And I'm like, why the fuck do you care? You're divorced. Why would you say that when this man is obviously devastated? Next thing you know, Zane tries to talk some more, even though Scrappy interrupted him, or it could have been edited. Zane is telling everybody to kind of chill out. Scrappy touches Zane and the little man lost it. He lost it. He did. Zane acted like he wanted to fight, but you see, and don't get me wrong, there's shorter men out there that can fight and got hands. I think the best example is DaBaby's angry ass, that rapper that was karate chopping and backhanded bitches to the face at his concerts. So there are some people, DaBaby, you probably, James don't listen to this type of stuff. So.
I don't. I don't at all. I'm trying to figure out. Let me see who that is because I might be confusing him with the other one.
James don't listen to this type of music, y'all. But Zane, what I'm trying to say, I don't think Zane can fight. That's one. It was funny watching Zane try to escape from them guards and just unable to do it. And I didn't understand why Zane even got so angry at Scrappy. I just did not understand it. I'm going to say he has little person syndrome and feels a way about himself because none of it made sense, his anger. Now, I also thought it was funny that Scrappy was laughing when they almost fought. I thought that shit was funny as hell because Scrap can't even taste like, why are you so angry? I didn't understand it. But 24 hours basically explains that he is more. Let me see. I had a comment. My bad, y'all. I missed a whole marriage, Bambi and Scrappy. I stopped watching for a while. You didn't miss much. It was the same in the beginning as it was in the end, pretty much. Toxic. I've heard of DaBaby, but never listened to his music.
Yeah, I just googled who he was. He got 985 teeth. I said, oh, okay.
He got canceled for making some interesting comments, but
he's kind of cute. I wouldn't say no right at first. I have to see what the ignorance is, and then
the ignorance is that he assumed that all gay people got AIDS. He got
Okay,
canceled.
there it
Yeah,
is. Okay, gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Such a
Like,
shame.
well, yeah. Not what a shame.
What a shame, because that's what would turn me off right there. That ignorant shit there.
I feel like a lot of women was turned on by him, and I think it's just because he'll fight and all of them crazy things. But yeah, he's still doing stuff with the kids and all of that. He loves his kids. We'll give him that.
How
But
many does he have?
how so Scrappy pushed Zane away. Zane flew across the room. Security grabbed Zane. They didn't actually fight. Next thing we see is 24 hours explaining that he is more upset with the men for the rumor situation compared to the women, which he had a point. Women are more likely and inept to gossip. 24 did not expect that from men. He expected that from women, which I can understand. However, 24, where's the upset with your wife? Where's the attempt to confirm the rumor? Where's the questions? Can I see this before I address her? Because you don't have to address your wife in front of us, but what you can do is gather the information you need to address her. You can't just talk to her without saying, I saw. Because other than that, she could easily make the argument of this and he said, she said bullshit. And we don't want that. We definitely don't want that, but we'll see. But 24 made an interesting comment, James Jackson, that I am not surprised about, and that is that he don't know Lil Zane like that, so he doesn't even understand why Lil Zane was acting so uncomfortable and like he couldn't say nothing. Lil Zane been acting like him and 24 been close for a long time, but it seemed like the only people that 24 really knew on a close level outside of this show was Scrappy, Mama D, and Bambi.
In the words of For It's Rocks or It's Rocks on here on YouTube, Mona bitch. What is this? What is this? Why is they acting like that's his friend from, the playground days? Like, what the hell is going on around here? No,
now,
come on
Zane
now.
has been on here acting as if him and 24, it's not just like he's trying to act like they know of each other. He's been acting like they like close. He's been acting like me and James. Like, we friends. We getting on planes or in cars to see each other for long periods of time. We go back. We knew each other before we was fucking, and we know each other now that we are fucking. Like, he was acting like him and 24 like really knew each other, and y'all don't even know nobody like that. But Zane is also acting like he's so close to Scrappy, and I don't think he's that close to him either.
Zane, do you know anybody on this cast?
Zane ain't been in the industry and done shit since the Fighting Temptations.
I could see him and Scrappy knowing each other for some time because Scrappy came out around the same time. So I could see that. That would make sense. I also could see him and Jock potentially being friends because Jock was out at that time too. So
not 24 hours.
But not 24 hours because 24 hours is not old enough. Okay. Y'all have to understand. Jock, Scrappy, and Zane is in their 40s. This man is in his 30s. So barely in his 30s, just turned 30. So you mean to tell me that you've known this man all this time?
And he said he was doing music overseas, which is where he met his wife, and he didn't really take off until I would say like 2015. That's when he became like household. But Zane, stop bullshitting. I'm cracking up, Q1. Not Benjamin Button and Ashley irritates me.
You know what's funny? I was watching the Fighting Temptations. I think that was on Sunday. I think I was watching it on Sunday, and man, he was handsome then. I don't know what happened.
Drugs, rock and roll, sex, as he likes to say. It ages you. Said they don't know each other like that, and that makes sense because I was looking at 24. 24 was mad, as he should be, but he was receptive to the shit that Scrappy was saying, did not flip out on Mama D, but could not hear Zane or deal with anybody else. So that let me know, like, 24 is like me when mad. Like, if I know you and I'm mad, you good. I could be cussing, ready to fight, throwing chairs, but if you ain't did it to me and I know you, you good. But if I don't know you and I'm mad, get the fuck away from me, especially if I've warned you. And he warned Zane, but Zane just want to look relevant. And I'm thinking Zane just wants to look like he knows the people who know Scrappy, Mama D, Jock, all of them.
Well, no,
Which
it was what Zayn was saying. I don't even think he was necessarily wanting Zayn to get. He's like, no, but let me tell you what I heard. No, let me tell you what it is. Like, no, let me tell you. Like, you tripping, bro. Let me tell you. And
he's
he's like,
not
well, then tell me. Like, tell me what
right,
it is. Like, you keep trying to say, but no, but you won't let me finish. And I'm looking at Zayn like, oh my god. I
acting like a
mean,
true lady.
I'm like, if somebody don't flick him like an ant and get him off of here, like Scrappy,
He
you didn't hit.
Zayn sounded like a bitch in an argument because when he was saying, no, you got to let me finish, I just kept hearing myself when I have a disagreement with my husband because women are good to do that. Let me finish my point. We are good to do that. Zayn is acting like a true lady, a true princess. And it is what it is. But now I see why him and his wife is together. And she get on my nerves too. Just the sound of her voice make my teeth itch. I can't with her. I just cannot. Shani said, we should have known better when Zayn was asking him how long he's known his wife and been married to her. If that's your bestie, why you ain't know that? Yep, that's true. That's true.
That's true.
That's true. But he do so much, and Ashley never shuts up. That ringing in your ear gets to you, and then you don't pay attention to things all the time. We all sick of him. He is not a bitch copping, please. I love Shani. Love Shani. Love Shani. Never change. But
That is how he sounded. That is exactly how it was crazy. It was like, well, if you can get to the point and stop wasting our time, what do you need to say that he ain't already just heard? Like,
and
what else do you need to say?
24 also made it clear. He's like, he basically said he don't respect Zayn like that. And why would he even want to hear some shit from Zayn when Zayn cheats on his wife himself? Why would somebody being cheated on want to hear from a cheater about some cheating? Like,
one thing about 24, he got all the sense in the world.
He does somewhat. But from what I can see thus far, he's like, I'm not gonna, like, he was cool with it until it came into his marriage. Like, when it come to his marriage, he's like, regardless, it's still my wife. You're still gonna respect her, and you're not gonna talk to me, and we're not gonna act like we know each other when we don't.
Yes, but where he falls short is the insecurity of what happened, because either y'all brushed it under the rug or y'all gonna take care of it off camera. And as far as off camera goes, I ain't heard nothing in the streets about y'all.
I haven't
So
either.
yeah.
Let me say this. This is a word. I will say I was here for 24 protecting Selma. That is a better representation of marriage than the shit that Kirk and Rashida do. And that's why I come at them so much. It's not just the cheating. Marriage is not about the shit that you go through. That's something I'm learning. It's about how you overcome and deal with the shit that you go through. Like at first I was like, oh, it's about this and that and the principle. No, that's just what we're taught to believe. But it really is about how you navigate, overcome, and handle stuff. And you should appear to be a united front even when you're not. Up until that divorce is announced, you better stand and stick beside your wife, especially when you heard stuff and he hasn't seen one receipt. Nigga ain't seen one receipt. So until he sees a receipt, he should be sticking by his wife. Absolutely. Why not? Shit. And honestly, I'll be wondering too with couples, like, if your spouse cheat on you and it hasn't been showed on camera, why are you coming and telling us about it? Like, and then crying about being embarrassed. We didn't know if you didn't tell us half the time, but in this situation, he's handling it right. But more of the bullshit that is this episode. Sierra's calling Erica. I don't know why Sierra was calling Erica, but Erica did the right thing. Erica is James. Erica is me. Listen, I don't want.
I'm not in this. I don't want nothing to do. I'm on vacation. Don't be,
I ain't in it.
okay, don't call my phone. Like you in
calling
Atlanta.
my
Yeah,
phone.
don't be calling my phone. I am in Puerto Rico. I can't come here all the time. So if you don't mind, please get off my phone and stop playing. Like, cause I ain't got time.
Erica trying to have her own bachelorette party. Erica don't give a fuck about this. But Sierra, why are you calling Erica of all people to explain that you don't want nothing to do with the drama after you are the reason for all of the drama? You provided your husband with the platform to tell us about his nasty ass brother, putting his tillywhacker into places it should not go. Like, I can't. But Selma gets to the room to talk to 24, and Love and Hip Hop is dragging this because we could have been seeing these two talk about it, but I don't think they were willing to film this, and I think that's why the editors have dragged this episode like this. But Selma and 24 talking public or private. I mean, they took mics off, they closed the blinds, the balcony screen door. They talked in private. I'm not mad at it. I want to see more couples do this, specifically married couples. If you get married, take it serious. It should be something you protect. You should hope to only do it once. If you have to do it more than once, nothing is wrong with that. But take it serious. Protect your union and speak in peace. In the words of Karen, it's an institution. Okay? Karen Huger. This is the truth. Because one thing I'll say, race stuff beside her. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Let me catch the comments. Kiwan said, I thought 24 knew Selma was doing something, but he just didn't want nothing coming to his doorstep. It seems that way in how he's handling it. It does. Because he's angry, but he's too calm.
It's not only that, it's the way it was brought back to him. Because I thought that too. And I remember you and I had this conversation off live. I said, I think he knows. Because his response to her in general just seems like he puts up with a lot. So that's why I was like, that may be something he already knows about.
I feel like he's insecure. He just gives me that energy of a guy that may be insecure. He's a cool dude, but you know, you could be the coolest person. Who the fuck is honking like that? Jesus. Sorry. I live by the BART. Stuff. People in Oakland act like we ain't got cell phones, and I legit cannot think. I cannot. It make me mad. And if I wasn't on live, I'd open the window like, cut that shit out. I am that person. But my last nerve. I'm so sorry, you guys. My apologies. But no, I definitely feel like I think the cheating was recent, but I don't think at the time of filming it was happening. But I do think that it might have came out before filming or in the preparation of filming, because she probably knew the shit would come out. Probably knew. And he's acting, because there is a piece of him that seems like surprised and dumbfounded and blindsided, but I don't think it's at the information about Salma. I think it's that the cast threw it out there like that. Because he seemed to be more upset with the men than the wife and all of that. But we gonna find out. We got one more episode left, so we'll see. If not, I'm reading MTV for filth. And I mean that shit. But I'm not going over the scene with Bambi too much in the frost. Bambi's kids are beautiful, though. So cute. You could tell that they're just well-groomed and taken care of and loved. So I love seeing her with her kids. That's one of the few times Bambi doesn't get on my nerves. But the only thing that came out of this scene is that Bambi is growing. I think she's maturing, which I'm glad to see. And Sierra's now spreading more mess. Talk about Mama D was asking something about in Zay's DM, Sierra's husband's DM, asking what to do or something. If she leave the marriage and all this crazy stuff. Let me tell y'all this. I'm tired of Sierra and Zay now. How did you feel about that, James? Because I didn't even want to go over the fucking scene. It irritated.
I was like, what is this conversation? That's what I was like, what is this conversation? What are we doing? It just seems like the clique has now been split. And now we don't have, and now we have certain things we can talk about, certain things we can't talk about. Like on this side, we have Yandy, you know, her side, and then we have Rashida in her lack thereof side. It's kind of like that's how I look at it, and then the people in the middle just kind of intermingle with who they get along with. That's what that thing reminded me of.
That's the best thing you could have brought up, because since Yandy and Rashida had an issue, there is like a split in the cast.
Yes,
and that's why Yandy and Rashida should go, because they don't mesh with most of the cast on here. They both want to bullshit and not show us the real really too much. And even if we do see that they went through something, it's not interesting to watch because they just gonna both stick beside them. So we don't need to have them. You like the hair on Bambi? She was cute in that scene.
She was cute, but
the hair was laid strangely, but it was cute.
Yeah, it just looked like she worked out first and then came out to the house and, you know, tried to comb it and do it. But it just, Bambi is somebody I need to see long hair with because she has a big face. So I need longer hair on her.
Yeah, I like bangs on her too.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Shani. I didn't grow up in no projects, but they was nearby. And
see, you can't do that in Arizona, unfortunately, because people get to shooting over ignorant shit. So you can't do that in Arizona. So be
over here too. I call somebody shoot back. Fuck them. Shit. Okay?
Listen,
That could
I
have been.
live far from my people, so I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. They'll take too long to get here, so that's
No,
why
that's the one
you.
thing I love about being back in the town. So if anybody tries it, all I got to do is send a text message, and I got so many people. I love it. My ignorant ass family. Shout out to y'all. Um, let me see. That was whack what she said about 24 and the Onyx reject is just this way. I love that she gave him that name. Sierra needs to worry about her and her dusty ass impatient husband. I guess they've given up on making a baby and have now put their energy into making mess.
No, they didn't give up on that. He
Ooh,
just took it away. He just took it away from the camera for a minute. It's gonna come back up again.
you probably right. You probably right. QY says Spice and Carly lame ass can go as well. Carly should have left this show a long time ago, and I don't understand why she stays because she's invested well outside of the show. She has checks outside of the show. But Carly is someone we'll never
Carly
understand.
should have left with Mimi.
Yes. Oh, Mimi.
Carly should have left with Mimi. Better yet, she should have left with Grandma Jaws and Baby Knees. Rest in peace.
Not Grandma Jaws. Not
Shout out
his
to
boy.
shout out to Bondi Blue.
Bondi Blue is good for giving somebody the funniest name because I will
I'm
never
trying to
Trick
tell you.
Daddy. Me and my husband is both now referred to Trick Daddy every time we see him in the press. There go the Music Next Monster. So I mean, hey, it's working out. Thank you to Bondi Blue.
Thank you, Bondi. We love you over here. We really do.
Now, I'm not going over this scene. I just like to say I'd like to file a formal complaint against Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and MTV as a network entity. In the words of what did Pac say? Fuck Bad Boy as a staff, label, and motherfucking entity. Why do we have to see Rashida and Kirk doing some strange BDSM thing? Because she looked like she want to be doing that to someone with the parts that I came with, and he just looked lost.
He looked lost. Kind of like how I am when I'm a pillow princess and don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh my god!
But yes, I would like.
Showed it so fast. I was like, "What? What?
I'm like, what am I watching? Are they doing porn? Are they doing porn now? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I didn't really pay attention because I'm like,
I fast forwarded too,
why?
but I had to see it, so I'm just putting out there publicly, like MTV. We don't like because you know how they view the rest of us. Niggas don't even like these niggas. We don't like these people. I don't want to see anything with Rashida and Kirk. I don't want to see Kirk alone. I need them to.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Kirk because all I'm gonna focus on is the Adams apple.
It's a nasty one, and it wanders sometimes.
It's like it looked like a snake trying to crawl out his mouth. It's like
got something in his throat.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh. I don't want to see it. So I don't want to see them anymore. Let this be their last season. But we know how MTV is. MTV don't like to get rid of people.
That's actually true.
They don't like to get rid of people. They will keep somebody, especially if they toxic as hell, they will keep somebody on a TV show for years and years and years because they don't like to change stuff that works for them. But what they don't realize, it doesn't work. It just, we find a way to just fumble through.
Rashida and Kirk have been delusional. They seem to also think that there's some sort of inspiration to like Black love and all of that. The only thing they inspire anybody to do, if anything,
is never get married.
Or to cheat in their marriages because he was rewarded for it. Quite as good.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I said when you say rewarded for cheating, that's why I said I wouldn't get married. Like they would be the prominent example of why I would not get married because not that I say I don't have a cheater at all, but what
married, like men watching who may have been considering it, they may start to be like, oh well, she forgave this and that and that and this and all of that, but they're a mess. But moving forward, y'all, Zane feels everybody is coming at him, which we're not going to entertain. We know nobody's coming at Zane. Zane and his wife don't know how to shut the fuck up, and that's their problem. Sorry, James. Okay. What else would we say?
Because you're right, because that scene pissed me off so bad. I was like, oh my God, they both need to shut the hell up. Like, and don't get me wrong, y'all. Ashley was correct. It's just her voice and her attitude diminishes what she was trying to say.
I would say so. Before we get to Ashley, there were a bunch of nothing scenes after Zayn is complaining. Apparently, there's receipts on Selma. He met with Jock on the beach. I need to get to Puerto Rico. Well, I just need to get the hell out of California, honestly. But they on the beach, and I guess Zayn says he knows that the brother of Zay is not lying about sleeping with Selma because in the receipts for the text messages, he saw the address for Selma and 24's house. And I guess Cooley was sending Ubers to pick her up so he could clap her cheeks, as he likes to say. I'm sure that Selma did something. This did not come out of nowhere. Where there's smoke, there's fire. But it's stupid. Moving forward, another nothing scene. Conversation gets hated at a table between Jock and Rennie Rucci. Jock is basically saying that Zay's brother is wrong. Cooley is wrong to be speaking on who he slept with. He was like, as a man, you're not supposed to kiss and tell. I actually agreed with Jock. Man, woman, whatever the fuck you are, don't kiss and tell. Like, to me, that's just distasteful. If you're talking to like a good friend or something, like, have your person that you talk to about stuff, but don't be talking about it with everybody. That's how
Here's
I
the
am.
thing. If you gonna do dirt, like your grandfathers, when they cheated on your grandmamas, they did not go and tell their friends, I just met up with Boo Boo down the street and me, her did it and everything like that. Grandmas find out when the baby show up at the door and that mama push him up and say, here's his child, I'm gone. That's what they used to do back in the day. Mm-hmm. And grandma had no idea, but she took that baby because grandma loved the babies. So that's what she did. These days, it's a flex. Oh, yeah, I smashed her. Yeah, I cheated on my wife with her. Yeah. All this Kirk shit. It's like, nobody, that's not a flex. It's ridiculous and stupid. And y'all men are just really out here just doing that. Like just saying, yeah, I messed with her. And yeah, I got a wife, but she all right. So it's like, yeah.
One could say we agree with Jock's point. Good message. He doesn't need to give it, but I do think he's getting older and learning. Somewhat. Not for his own shit, but somewhat. But Rennie Rucci was overly invested and got really emotional and seems to take the stance of Rashida and Yandy. It's their business. Leave it alone. Rennie, I'm sorry. Now, while tasting rum, because this group loves to have serious discussions while involving alcohol, which to me is a recipe for disaster. But everybody's discussing cheating and minding the business within couples. And Mendici stands up and says that he don't give a damn if you talk about him. You could gossip amongst yourselves and stuff. Just don't come to him with stuff. He's never going to tell his business. And I actually respect Mendici for that. I think he does a better job at it than Yandy. He's like, I ain't going to tell shit. And that's how it should be. But Ashley jumps in and starts speaking about asking if Yandy's cheating, and I'm sick of her and her voice. She gets on my nerves. She's not relevant, and she tries too hard. She's a pick-me. Now, some of what she's saying is true. If you don't care who's in your business, just say it. But he just said he's never going to confirm or deny or discuss his business with people that are not a part of it. How many times does this man have to say he's not going to fucking discuss it, and Ashley's still demanding that it be discussed? I'm annoyed. You just got here. You haven't been on TV long. And less than a whole season into your first season, we figured out your man was cheating on you and treated you like shit, but you accepted it. Now you feel like these people owe you something and have to explain. What if he did say, yes, Yandy's cheated on me and I cheated on her and we may not be together? What the fuck would you do, Ashley? How does that affect your life? What is that going to do for your check or your husband's check? I'm getting tired of this group saying to him, if Mendicis did not say to these people multiple times, I refuse, no matter what you do, I'm not going to talk about my business. If he didn't say that and then this happened, I would feel differently. But because he made it very clear and they're not respecting the boundary, I'm over it. So somehow Rennie Rucci gets involved because she's like, and that's okay. Because she respects Mendicis. Like, if that's what he wants, mind the business that minds you. And then Zayn tries to say, well, didn't you get thrown out your house for cheating? That pissed me off because I actually want Rennie Rucci to leave Black Zach because him throwing the mother of his infant son out of the house because of a rumor about a song that was recorded when she wasn't with you after you have the history of cheating. That's domestic violence, as quiet as it's kept. It's not always them blackening your eyes and doing crazy stuff. It exists in other forms, such as financial control, putting people out of the house, making people to feel like they're not welcome, or reminding people of every little fucking thing that you have done for them. All of that counts as abuse and domestic violence. So for Zane to throw that at her shows his ignorance, what he's willing to do, and how much he ain't shit. Zane and Ashley, y'all want to stick beside each other and become a union when it comes to arguing, but when it comes to not arguing and navigating the day-to-day of being a married couple, y'all don't want to do the work. Shut the fuck up and put the cigarette out, please.
My thing is, Ashley, it's gonna come a point in time where he gonna find him somebody that's gonna be worth leaving you over. Mm-hmm. It's only a matter of time. So while you caping this hard and going this strong and want everyone to spill out their tea because it some way validates you or why you still with this little short little prick, then you know it's going to come out and you gonna be the one that has shit on your face. And we all gonna point and look at it and say, aha, because we tried to tell your little stupid ass when you first got on this show and we couldn't figure out why you would even accept someone this high cheating on you. But like you said, you had his posters all in your bedroom and you knew what you were signing up for. So if you knew what you were signing up for and you had his posters all in your room, it should not matter who else in the common area has cheated on their partners with. All that should matter is making sure yours stays faithful to you. Or if he does cheat, making sure you don't find out about it, right? So miss me with all of that. Now, I do agree all of them have cheated on their women. Fine. She did have a point. But at the end of the day, that's in their marriage and that is their business. You figure out your situation and you figure out what other slew of women he has, which I don't know why any of y'all women who got common sense would even waste y'all time. But since y'all out here doing that, and I guess, there is a shortage of men, hey, have at it. But you know what? Y'all need to have some standards upon yourselves. And Ashley needs to start with you. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I wholeheartedly agree. That's pretty much the episode, y'all. Nothing really happened. We're going to go into next week, which I believe is a finale. I get the feeling Love and Hip Hop Miami is going to be coming back on soon because I have YouTube TV. So if you record a show, it just records like every episode because of the cloudless DVR or however the fuck it works. But there's been a lot of Love and Hip Hop Miami airing, like from the early seasons to now. So they usually do that when something's coming back on TV. Whenever Love and Hip Hop Miami is back, we will be covering that. October the 23rd, Married at First Sight is back. That is a show that does air on Lifetime. I've decided to cover it just because I did enjoy covering Queen's Court. I'm going to be getting into more relationship content in the form of lives with James and other people and slowly phasing my music stuff out. So be on the lookout. Other than that, we'll be on, what day is it today? Shit.
Today's Wednesday. We will be back on our respective channels on Friday. You have the second part of Real Housewives of Miami, and I have the Braxtons.
He is right.
And I'm not looking forward to the Braxton, which is why I'm shaking my head and shaking my shoulders too. I don't want to do it.
I'm not either.
But I am going to do it.
I do want to ask the people here in the chat, if there is a reality show that we don't cover, please let me know if there's a show you like or any of that, because I am going to have no shows. I do want to get a new show on my channel just to switch up the content. I'm kind of tired of Bravo. And yeah, let me know.
Yeah, and make sure it's a easy streamable show too. Please don't give us no show where it's hard to get access to it. When we asked this question on my channel, y'all wanted me to cover a show that I cannot get access to without having to pay some sizable amount to get it. And since I'm not being paid on YouTube, the only shows I'm going to cover are the ones I currently have subscriptions for. So yes.
Well, I'll help you with that. I'm subscribed to everything. Because I have no life.
Well, I'm just saying, like, please let it be something, even if you have subscription to everything, like, please make it.
I'm saying I can share if it's something you don't subscribe to. I can add it because I
what
have
Shannon
stuff. Did you see Keanu Oh yeah, we
I'm
saw.
going. Yeah, I will do a live and talk about that, Shani. I
Kiana's,
will.
Kiana's trying to get herself fired. That's all that is. But
Yeah, me and Mrs. Best will come up with a schedule and we'll do a live where we talk about that because I have opinions, especially seeing the small insert on next week's episode. I have opinions about Kiana, and yeah, so I'll definitely talk about that on my channel.
all right, beautiful people. Yeah, Potomac, they always act a fool. But I appreciate you, James. I appreciate everybody. He is correct. We will be back on both of our channels this Friday, Braxton's as well as Housewives of Miami. Saturday, I'll be on my channel for Deb's house.
I will be too.
What do you have? Do you have another show on Friday, or is it just the Braxtons?
I just have the Bell Collective.
Bell Collective. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
Or Sunday. Anywho, y'all, love to you all. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you next time. Thank you, James. Bye-bye.
Bye.